Have you ever had one of those mornings? You know the ones. You got a full night's sleep, but you still feel exhausted? Well, if that's you, you are in the right place. We're about to dive into 5 Japanese secrets, all backed by science, that can seriously transform the way you rest.
I mean, seriously, does this sound familiar? You did everything you were supposed to. You skipped the late-night coffee, you went to bed on time, and you clocked a solid 7, maybe even 8 hours. But when that alarm goes off, you wake up feeling heavy, your brain is all foggy, and you're just dragging yourself out of bed wondering, why do I still feel so completely drained?
Okay, so here's the crazy part. While you're waking up exhausted after 8 hours, somewhere over in Japan, someone else is waking up after the exact same amount of sleep, and they feel calm, focused, and totally energized. So what is going on? Same number of hours, but a completely different result. What is their secret?
So, here's our game plan. We're going to start by busting the whole 8-hour myth. Then we'll explore Japan's philosophy of rest. After that, we'll get into the really practical stuff, secrets about temperature, rhythm, and unplugging. And we'll finish up with one simple thing you can do tonight.
All right, first things first, we have got to talk about the mindset that's messing with our sleep before we even get into bed. I'm talking about our obsession with hustle culture.
You've heard this, right? We live in a world that basically worships this idea. It's this holdover from a time when every hour you spent sleeping was seen as an hour you weren't being productive. And now it's turned into this modern hustle culture, where people actually brag about how little sleep they get, like being exhausted is some kind of trophy. But here's the thing, that mentality completely ignores our biology. Sleep is not a waste of time. It's the essential, non-negotiable process that literally repairs your body and brain so you can perform at your best.
So let's flip the script. In Japan, there's a totally different way of thinking, one that focuses on the quality of your sleep, not just the number of hours you're unconscious.
And this is the core of it right here. Sleep is seen as a respectful practice. It's an active, disciplined way to reset your mind and your body. So while we're over here desperately trying to squeeze in more hours, the focus in Japan is on turning maybe 6 or 7 hours into truly powerful recovery, just by using a few small, mindful habits.
Okay, let's get into our first really practical secret. This one is super simple, it's backed by science, and you can literally try it tonight. It is all about temperature.
This right here, this is the sweet spot. Believe it or not, studies of thousands of Japanese homes found that most bedrooms are kept right in this range. Now that is way cooler than the average home in the West, and there is a very good biological reason for it.
And this shows you exactly how it works. See, your brain actually needs to cool down to get into deep restorative sleep. It's like a chain reaction. When your body temperature drops, it sends a signal to your brain to release melatonin. That's the sleep hormone. Then your heart rate slows down, your muscles relax, and your body can finally start its nightly repair work.
Now, you can take this a step further with a really powerful nightly ritual. It's not just about having a cool room. It's about the transition into it. Millions of people in Japan end their day with a hot bath, a ritual known as Ofuro.
This is where the magic happens. When you get out of that hot bath and step into your cool bedroom, your core body temperature drops fast. And that rapid change, it sends this huge, unmistakable signal to your brain, hey, it is time to shut down for some deep rest. You're basically giving your body the perfect cue to sleep, working with your biology instead of fighting it.
Next up, let's shift gears from your physical space to your mental space. This is all about changing the way you think about feeling tired.
This is such a fascinating cultural difference. In the West, if someone says, you look tired, it's usually an insult, right? But in Japan, it can actually be a compliment. It's a way of saying, I see you've been working hard. That tiny shift in perspective changes everything. Being tired isn't a weakness you have to hide. It's a signal from your body that you need to respect.
And this respect for tiredness leads to this incredible practice called Inemuri. You might literally see someone napping at their desk in a busy Tokyo office, and it's not seen as lazy at all. It's viewed as a sign of dedication, a necessary little moment of recovery. And you know what? The science completely backs this up. These aren't long, hour-long naps that leave you feeling groggy. We're talking about a short 10 to 20-minute peace nap. It's just enough to refresh your brain, boost your focus, and get your creativity flowing again, but not so long that you fall into a deep sleep. It's like hitting a reset button for your brain in the middle of the day.
All right, let's talk about our final secret. And for most of us in the modern world, this is a big one. It's about creating a buffer zone between our tech-saturated days and our quiet, restful nights.
Come on, we're all guilty of this. We treat our beds like a second office or an entertainment center.
scrolling on our phones right up until we close our eyes. But our brains just don't work that way. They can't just flip a switch. The blue light from our screens literally blocks melatonin production, tricking our brains into thinking it's still daytime. And all that constant information from emails and social media, it keeps our mind running a marathon right when it needs to be slowing down for the night.
So the solution is pretty simple, even if it's not always easy. Create a tech-free zone for at least an hour before bed. Put the phone away. Use that time to do something that actually calms your mind down instead of firing it up. Read a real book, do some gentle stretching, write down your thoughts, or just sit in silence for a few minutes. Let your mind slow down naturally.
So we've covered a lot here, from your room's temperature to your mindset to your phone. But look, real change doesn't happen just from knowing all this stuff. It happens when you actually do something. So let's make this simple.
Don't try to overhaul your entire life overnight. That's a recipe for failure. Just pick one thing. Just one. Will you crack a window to cool down your room? Are you going to take a warm shower before bed? Or maybe you'll just commit to putting your phone down an hour earlier. Choose one small thing to experiment with tonight and just see how you feel in the morning.
And I'll leave you with this one last thought. We are so disciplined about plugging in our phones every single night, making sure they're at 100% for the next day. But you can't recharge yourself that way. The only way for you to truly restore your own battery is to unplug first.